All right, good morning. Coming off going into a short week when it comes to our injuries. The two guys that I talked about yesterday after the game, Garrett, still evaluating him, seeing exactly how he's going to come out this week to see if he'll be a part of practice. AZ will be out. He's in the concussion protocol, so he'll be out this week. Other than that, I think that we came out pretty well with everybody else. When it comes to the game, again, tough, hard-fought game. Special teams did a hell of a job of making plays, but there were some underlying things that really didn't show up on the stat sheet. Just how well our guys played in the other phases when it comes to special teams as far as coverage and things like that, and the way that our punter punted the heck out the ball in his net putting. So those things collectively as a group, special teams did a hell of a job. Obviously on offense, there's some things that we got to clean up, but I thought our guys were gritty, tough. Ran the ball well against a team that doesn't allow teams to run the ball on them. So I thought that was really good by our O-line, running backs, and our receivers blocking. When it comes to our defense, I thought our guys stepped up and made the plays when they need to make them. Obviously, man, the sacks was outstanding, and the way the guys rushed together as a unit really showed up in the game. And I thought our coverage was good for the most part. There were some things that we got to clean up in that aspect also. We had one busted coverage when it came to the red zone. But we'll get that cleaned up with the communication with all the guys. So other than that, I would say this. Please don't ask me anything about the quarterback, because you know I'm not going to tell you, and I don't want to waste my time when it comes to that, when it comes to who's starting. So any other questions?
On Garrett, Aaron, does that mean some imaging he's going to get on his knee today?
Yes. We go through that whole process as far as imaging, get him checked out by the docs before we really stamp like what the issue is. So again, hopefully he'll be good to be able to play this week, but I don't want to stamp that just yet.
Aaron, he was on the bike. He was on the bike during the game. Was that a case where there was a chance that it's not anything serious, that he was just kind of working through it?
I mean, again, I want to say exactly what the docs say before I stamp anything as far as that. But, usually when you have that situation, adrenaline's going during the game. But after the game, everything kind of slows down. And, again, I want to see what the docs say.
Aaron, after watching the tape, how would you evaluate the way Justin played yesterday?
You know what? Collectively, as an offense, I think we did some good things. The thing is, when you get two returns like that on special teams, the offense doesn't have a good amount of plays, especially in the passing game. We only threw 11 passes. I think he was 6 of 11. Obviously, there's some things that we got to clean up there, but there are also some good things that he did. I know he threw the one pick. I would say this. I was happy that he tried to force the ball, get the ball downfield in that situation. I thought Cleveland did a hell of a job in that coverage. They ran this inverted two where the safety would end up being the middle runner, and I thought they did a good job with that.
Aaron, I'm not going to ask you specifically about who's starting, obviously, because you don't want us to do that, but I am curious, is this like a week-by-week, day-by-day thing for you? Because it is unusual, having led you guys or helped lead you to 2 wins in a row. Is that just a constant evaluation, I guess is what I'm asking?
Well, I keep telling you guys, between the players and myself, we know exactly who's going to be the quarterback. I mean, I just don't have to tell you guys that.
I understand that, but I mean, what goes into that is what I'm asking.
They practice.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, on the interception that you just referenced, you said would you like to see more of that aggressiveness this year from him? I mean, even if sometimes it does, there is some risk reward involved, but would you like to see more of him pushing the ball downfield?
Well, that's something that Justin even said. I even said that, man, it's a being controlled but being aggressive. And I thought that was one of the times where, man, he saw Garrett coming on the deep dig route. But, again, the safety did a really good job of showing middle close like it was cover 3, but he ended up being the insert player in that situation. And I thought he went to go try to make a play, So, absolutely, you want to be aggressive, but you also don't want to be reckless. I think he said that several times.
AG, what did you think about the play of your offensive line yesterday? And also, we were encouraged by the fourth quarter where Cleveland knew you guys were going to try to run the ball and you were able to get it done.
Yeah, it was. Listen, I was really excited about that because when you look at what Cleveland was doing, they ran a ton of cover zero to where they had no middle field safety. Everybody was in the box. And, man, you give credit to the O-line by really getting knocked back and allowing Brees not to be touched for 3 yards. And when he did get tackled, he actually fell for 2, so that was a 5-yard gain. But I'll also say, man, Brees did a hell of a job of making something out of nothing for the most part. Because when you play cover zero, that could be an unblocked players. And Brees did a hell of a job making one guy miss and actually getting the crease and making plays. So it was a combination between the O-line making their blocks in certain situations and then Brees, man, being Superman and making some of those plays. So I was excited about that and happy about the way they did that. Because I could see that happening, with other teams. Obviously, Denver did the same thing. We weren't as effective, but to be able to come back and be able to do that this game, I thought was important for us to show that.
Aaron, obviously you got the win, but how sustainable is it when your quarterback has only 12 yards passing going into the fourth quarter, and I think he only completed 2 passes that went past the line of scrimmage all day? Yeah,
well, again, he only threw 11 passes, and here's what I tell the coaches and players. As coaches, man, we coach to win the game. As players, you play to win the game, however that may be. And sometimes it's not pretty for fantasy players. Sometimes it's not pretty for the media. The only thing that matters is how we do it. And the W is all that matters. So it's a by any means necessary type of league. And, my plan is to continue to coach to win the game, however that may be. And we're going to continue to do that.
Does there become a concern, Aaron, that teams don't respect your passing game at all? And will
say that one more time?
Is there a concern about teams not respecting your passing game and stacking it even more? I mean, you just referenced Brees, how he did a lot of Superman type things.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's when we got to make teams pay. And, again, we only had 11 shots of it yesterday. I think the more we get chances like that, I think we will make them pay. Because when you got a guy like Garrett, and the other receivers that we have that's going to make an impact for us, AD, Metch, Arian, all those guys. I think those guys have the capabilities of going out there winning one-on-one. I mean, we know how Garrett is as a player. So I don't know if that's sustainable even for a defense to come out there and just play cover zero all the time because you can get burned like that. So, listen, we welcome the challenge. Obviously, we ran the ball, well against cover zero, and I think if we do get that in the passing game, we'll end up making some plays.
Aaron, you just mentioned AD.
Yeah.
Was he just not ready? Was he just not ready to go this week?
Yeah. We want to make sure that he was confident, just as well as we were confident of not putting him in a position to just go out there and just make a mistake. So I think with another week of learning our playbook, man, he'll be just fine.
AG, you got a lot of shuffling pieces in the secondary right now. How did the guys respond yesterday? You talked about Malachi stepping up as far as that leadership and the communication role, and then also what's it going to look like on the outside moving ahead without AC?
Well, that's the. When you play with a certain brand, I think it overcomes injuries and adversity. And no matter who steps in the spot, they know exactly how we play. So Brownlee came in and ended up playing corner for us. Malachi ended up moving down to the nickel. I.O. ended up playing the safety for us. Even Dean, a guy that's been on our practice squad that we signed recently, came in and had a chance to play. And we had our dime packages. So. Listen, I make no excuses when it comes to injuries and things like that because I just focus on our brand of play and everybody understand exactly how we do that and expect to go out there and play at a high level.
Can you talk about you're facing obviously a very red-hot team right now.
Yeah, no doubt.
A team that a year ago was down on its luck and turned it around. Can you talk about how they did that and how it shows maybe in this league that 1 year doesn't necessarily run into the next, how things can be flipped? Yeah, that's a really good point because I think they went to the off season and they went in and got a lot of guys that can help them be successful. Obviously, Williams, the D tackle that was in Philly, when he got Carlton Gray, I got it. I'm very familiar with.
And they brought a lot of those guys. I mean, Mac Hollins, this is a guy that I just started looking at today, the toughness he brings at the receiver spot and his ability to make these big plays. And, man, the quarterback is playing at a very, very high level, and I think they're creating more explosive plays than any team in the league this year. So you have a combination of that, and I think Vrabel has done a really good job of getting that team to buy into what he's trying to do. So absolutely, you can make a huge change within a year, and I think he's done a good job of that along with the players that he's gotten.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it, Coach.
All right.